Hello, loves. This is Lynn, Dream Girl Writer, and I am bringing you my dream of the week today. It so happens that my dream of the week is actually two dreams of the week that kind of got connected by a common theme, which is very common in my dreams these days. And I wanted to share this with you because it was really quite unusual in a couple ways. Um, I have shared a dream secret with you before that your nightmares or your scary dreams usually contain the most potent and important messages for you. And in this case, that was the case. Yesterday, I had a dream that I entitled, I love entitling my dreams, Free Ride, which had to do with my experiences as a teenager, in which I was basically, kind of abandoned by my family and felt lost and like I needed to just grab on to the first thing that came along to secure my future. And I actually wanted to read you this quote that I made of the dream. It's truly amazing how dysfunctional patterning totally clouds our perspective and causes us to grab at the first shiny object that comes along, which gives us even basic validation or a sense of belonging, however transitory and whatever the cost. And so from that dream yesterday, I awoke today. And before I wrote my dream of today, I actually was kind of musing about the dream of yesterday. And lucky for me, I have a dream journal, handwritten journal next to my bedside, which I had woken up in the middle of the night with the dream of this morning, or woken up this morning. And so I could put that off and muse about the dream yesterday because it was just coming up for me. And as I was musing of the dream of yesterday, I came to a real compassionate um, realization from that about my mother and about my teenage years and about my caregivers and how they kind of failed me, but about how they were just hurt children who had been failed themselves. And so there was that lovely glow from that. And then I tackled the dream of today, which I had written down by hand. And I'm exploring that one, kind of teasing out the meaning from that. And it was quite the violent dream. And in it, I was holding a baby who was screaming at me and just blue with, you know, the lack of oxygen and rage that was rushing through her body. And she was saying things to me like, get out, I hate you. And I knew the baby. It was a person in my life that I have known since she was a young girl. And in the dream, the character that I played in my dream was very detached and just kind of holding the baby. And she had been handed to me by someone else because she couldn't be handled by that person. And I think she'd been kind of passed around the group of us in the dream. So I'm holding her and I'm just observing this rage and I'm just feeling helpless and or wondering how I can possibly help. But she's so angry. And at one point in the dream, her hip and her leg comes off in my hand, and I'm like, and it's bloodless and almost inhuman. And I look at it and it's like just a disembodied part of her that she's unaware of, and somehow I think it gets put back on her. And so I continue to look at her and I wake up from the dream. And when I wrote it down, I thought to myself, oh boy, this is a humdinger, right? Because it's so just in your face, violent and scary. And so when I teased it out this morning in my dream musings, I realized that this baby, this young woman who I know, was crying out with the rage of feeling trapped in an image, in a body, in a situation in her life. And as I mused upon that, and from what I know of her life at this point in time, even though um, we've been distant for many years, I realized that the connection between that dream and my one of yesterday was that she had suffered a trauma as a teenager, and and she was now a woman in her late 30s, still dealing with that trauma, and therein was the connection. And from this second dream, I recorded kind of a soul bite that came from recognizing, having compassion for what she must be going through right now, and feeling the same, like I knew I felt the same way when I was a teenager, and it took me so many years to get over that. And even now, revisiting the dream about my abandonment as a teenager uncovered some things that still were unprocessed at this moment in my life. Anyway, back to the little soul bite that I got from the second dream is scared is only one letter in a different place than sacred. And I just thought that was such a cosmic inference, because it does pull back to my premise that our scariest dreams are the ones that hold the most important messages for us. And um, I love sharing these things with you, because every time I have a new download in my dream or a new upgrade in my awareness about dreams, I am just absolutely amazed. It is absolutely amazing that we can have this wisdom within ourselves and go so many years on our merry, conflicted paths without ever recognizing how divine we are, how wise we are, how much grace lies inside of us, waiting to be unlocked. So I hope that this brightens your day a little bit. And I really am excited to keep sharing my dreams of the week with you. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being interested in our spiritual evolution.